Green swoops on the crown with massive basket.
3. You are kidding me.
And the fire burned brightest. Townsville are WNBL champions for the 4th time.
Welcome to the National Convention Centre on Ngunnawal country, where it's the UC Capitals in action for their first game of the season against the Adelaide Lightning. Two teams filled with young guns means this should be a fun contest to watch in WNBL's Indigenous round. It's also a big happy 50th game to Jade Melbourne. What can the Cap superstar do in front of her loyal home fans? I'm Julia Montesano and I'm joined in commentary by Southside Flyers superstar Beck Cole. Beck, welcome to you. You must be excited to get behind the mic for what's set to be a really great game.
Thanks so much. That intro gives me goosebumps. I'm so pumped, not only for my team, the Southside Flyers, but for every other team that are in the league this season. I think the teams are looking spectacular and I can't wait for the fans to get around and watch.
Well, one reason why the teams have been looking spectacular is because there's been a host of off-season moves and it's been talked about heaps this weekend as we lead into this game. And for Adelaide, there's been a few different arrivals. Izzy Bourne, Taylor Mole, Brianna Turner. And for Canberra, the big one there on your screen is Alex Sharp-Beck, who you're pretty looking forward to watching today.
I really am. Sharpie has obviously really grown into herself. She's had a couple of opportunities with the Opals on a China tour, her 3x3 national team experience, and I think she'll get a lot more opportunity at Caps this season, and I'm really excited to see what she's going to do.
And we've had a few imports around the league as well. They have already been lighting it up, as we saw last night. Unfortunately, you probably saw too close with Jordan Canada. But today's imports, Adelaide's Brianna Turner, and then for the Caps on screen, they're Monica Okoye and Nicole Munga. But you're looking forward to watching Brianna Turner, Beck. Why is that?
I really am. She was in the league a few seasons ago and she was spectacular. I really enjoyed watching her, obviously not playing against her, but in the WNBA she's known more as a defensive player and Adelaide are really going to need her offensive skills. So I'm intrigued to see whether she brings that in the next few games as her confidence builds.
We're taking a look at Adelaide on your screen now. They've got a big task ahead of them. Up against the Caps. We know how hard it is to play at that venue. It's always loud, it's always full of strong support, and how good do those Indigenous Guernseys look for the Caps. We're going to take a look at their starting 5 very shortly, pop up on your screen, and it's led, of course, by Jade Melbourne in her 50th game, Alex Sharp, Alex Fowler, Nicole Munga, and Monica Okoye. So Jade Melbourne in her 50th, Beck, she's obviously a pretty hard player to play against. What do you think she'll do tonight?
She is. Jado is just an outstanding player and she's so young. Honestly, her potential is humongous. So, you know, for her, she has the captaincy of a team. That is massive. She's had her first season of experience in the WNBA. Of course, you don't play a lot as a youngster over there, but she would have learnt so much. So I'm really excited for her to play her 50th game at home right now.
Absolutely, and for Adelaide, they'll be looking to ruin the party a little bit. They took it up to Melbourne on Wednesday night. Will it be Borlase, Turner, Mansfield and Bourne there for the Lightning? So Izzy Borlase is probably one on that list that speaks out to you, Beck.
Yeah, she obviously is coming off a great season from last one. And then I think Mansfield, she showed a great game the other night. She's clearly a leader and the general out there running the game, but they're youngsters, but their gel and chemistry was actually really impressive. So for me, after a few games, I'm excited to see what Natty Hurst can do with the bunch.
Absolutely. As we get ready to tip off proceedings, and the referees today are Jack Taylor, Mitch Hudson and Nathan Paff. A bit about Canberra's Indigenous Guernsey for you all watching at home as well. It's designed by Ngunnawal man Richard Allen and incorporates community, strength, togetherness, protection, history, and of course the journey towards reconciliation. There's some great themes in that Guernsey and it looks stunning on the court, Beck.
They really do. I think it's super special that the fans out there watching know what the jerseys represent, because each club, they get together with their artist and it's something special to them. So it's absolutely stunning, as you can see there, and I'm really privileged that we get to have this round.
Absolutely right, and we're also privileged to have the official WNBL app. It's finally here and we don't want you to miss a minute of the action. Therefore, for live scores, highlights, all your player and team info and more, download the free WNBL app today. It's where you can get all the live scores for this match, of course, if you're not watching, but why wouldn't you be? It's going to be a great contest between these two teams. Beck, have you got a quick tip or is it too hard to call at the moment?
I think it's too hard to call. I will say the difference, like it was with Flyers and Boomers last night, is Adelaide have had their warm-up game to get those cobwebs out, whereas the Caps hadn't. That might be the only advantage that Adelaide might have today.
Well, we're getting ready in front of a packed-out National Convention Centre in Canberra, as it always is. Jade Melbourne's 50th game. Alex Sharp's first with the Caps. But to start things off, it is Adelaide through Willoughby. Of course, crossing over from the Sydney Flames in the off-season. Can't wait to see what she does in red. Bola has already got her season off to a great start, and there it is again tonight. Now Melbourne with it for Canberra. Let's see how they start this game. Flicks it out to Fowler. And we'll get it back, Jade. Into Munga. Guarded by Mansfield. That'll be a great matchup, but Mansfield wins out on that occasion. And she's off and running towards the other side of the floor. Can she go all the way? No, she opted for the pass. Canberra ball. So a good start from the Lightning here, Beck.
Yeah, it is. I'm excited for these matchups. There's a few ones that are really entertaining, like Borlase on Melbourne. That's going to be a spectacular one here today. And also Willoughby and Sharp, two athletic people, as we see Turner just as athletic getting that rejection.
Absolutely right. And they're off and running towards the other end of the floor. Willoughby can't get that shot to fall. Sharp pulls down the rebounds. We saw her doing a lot of that in Perth Lynx colours. Hands it off to Melbourne, who splits the defence, kicks it back out to Okoye, who gets herself into the game with a three.
She's known for that. In NBL 1, she played with Geelong, and if you leave her open with her feet set on the three, that's going to be a knockdown every time.
And Adelaide with the quick response there, just to calm the crowd down for the time being. We know how hostile it gets out there. Munga now. Fowler looking for an option. Got Okoye. Back in the Fowler. And then Sharp in the corner. Couldn't make it rain. Adelaide ball. So 4 points to 3 early doors at the National Convention Centre. Expecting it to be a tight battle throughout. These two teams played an overtime battle last season at this very venue. Borlase trying to swing around Sharp, does so beautifully and gets the M1 to drop as well.
Borlase, she is just so crafty, especially for a young one. She's really poised. She gets 2 feet in the paint, and as you can see, she has that step-through move and was able to get the N1.
So Isabel Borlase, much talked about in the off-season, reigning Betty Watson Youth Player of the Year. Gets the M1 to go. Already off to a great start in this game. Melbourne trying to run express across the court. Ends back with Okoye. He gets it back out to Melbourne. Trying to dance around Turner, and she'll go to the line for a couple.
Real crafty by Jade Melbourne. She obviously saw the mismatch there on Turner and was like, everyone clear out. I'm going in and seeing what I can do.
She's just so quick with her feet there, Jade Melbourne. Already bringing up 50 games in Capitals colours. Her 4th season, obviously spent some time with Seattle in the WNBA, in the WNBL off-season. Averaged just over 13 points per game last season for the Caps, 6 assists and just under 6 rebounds as well. And she's off to a good start tonight. Chasing Borlase hard, but Borlase goes on her own. That one doesn't get the finish this time.
I think the Capitals need to pick up the ball earlier. There's been a few times where Borlase has just been able to come straight down the floor and make easy transition offense.
Let's see what they can do with it this time here, the Lightning. Willoughby spinning around Munga. Couldn't loop it in, but got the rebound and the finish. She'll head to the line for one more.
Adelaide doing a great job so far early on with the offensive boards, and those little extra efforts can really make a difference when it comes to that end of the game time.
So Jocelyn Willoughby, reigning Flames MVP, and now switched over to Adelaide. Gets the M1 to go. Here's Melbourne again. Her team down by 6. Get some assistance there from Fowler on the screen, but Borlay's just read it better. She's got a few players ahead of her. That one doesn't fall. Willoughby with the rebound. Borlay's can reset things up the top. Finds Bourne. Bourne trying to get around Fowler, pulls up nicely.
Impressive. She was really good to watch the other night in her first game.
Munger just misses out on that 3 ball. Here she is again, Izzy Bourne. Now Borlay's. Turner. Kicks it out to Mansfield, who finds some space, doesn't find the bucket to go with it. Munger into Melbourne. Melbourne up against Mansfield this time, hands it off to Sharp, and now Okoye. Driving nicely and finding another bucket. She's settling in nicely, Monica Okoye.
Nice slick move. She went for a handoff, faked it straight to the rack. I love when a big does that move.
Mansfield now trying to scoop it in, got her own rebound. Again, Adelaide crashing the boards hard. Borlay's crashing the threes hard as well. And Sharp very quickly on the opposite end. That's great transition play there from the Caps. Very fast pace to start things off here. Borlay's goes again, fouled on the way in. She'll head to the line.
Borlay's having a blinder start here. She's just attacking, she's going, she's getting and one. She's fearless. Great to see it.
Izzy Borlay's up to 8 points already this game. The team has 17. Really great start from the Lightning on the road. Borlay's makes no mistake from the line. So 18 points to 4. It's been a really good start by the Adelaide Lightning. The Caps are just a bit shell-shocked at the moment.
They just need to weather the storm. Like I said earlier, it's their first game. You're going to have that nervous energy. You're going to have a few turnovers because it is such a quick pace, but they just need to settle in, focus on the little things like the efforts. That's the rebounding, that's the boxing out. It's, you know, picking the ball up early, and they'll be okay and they'll get back in this game.
So score correction there. It's not as bad as it seems. 8-18, still 10 points down. But you're right, they do need to weather the storm and try and get back into this contest. Sharp now. Bringing it into Fowler. Her first points for the Caps is successful. Or spent some time with Townsville and now finds herself in the UC Capitals blue. Bourne. Okoye was close, but Mansfield just showed composure at the right time. And a beautiful pass there to Turner. That is classy basketball there from the Lightning. Melbourne sends their opposition player on skates. I think it was Borlay's. Strong contact there. Just take a look at this pass from Mansfield.
They have a great connection already, and it will be really interesting to see how they grow game by game. Obviously, Mansfield is a great assist maker.
Sharp into Melbourne. Wanted Sharp back, and that is a great pass. Jade Melbourne says, whatever you can do, I can do better. Some great feeds on both ends. And Borlay's can't get the finish this time. Take a look at this from Jade Melbourne. Just elite vision to find Sharp. Those two are going to be fun to watch this season. Borlay's into Turner now. Kick it around. Mansfield, double teamed. It allows Bourne to find herself some space, but was blocked by Fowler. Who's happy to have a smile about that one. Great to see Gemma Potter out there as well. She's come back from back-to-back ACL ruptures. Her last WNBL game was the 4th of November, so just over a year to the day on this floor.
A big shout out to Gemma Potter. I know how hard it is, especially doing it back-to-back, and Potter is a great girl and she's been working really hard, so I'm stoked for her that she's, you know, back playing, doing what she loves.
Melbourne took the heavy hit, driving in. She's willing her team back into this contest. See you there. Just draws contact. She's just so quick. It's so hard to defend a player when they're driving in with that sort of force. Melbourne's able to knock the first one down. Much to the delight of the fans at the National Convention Centre. Gets the other one to go as well. So Jade Melbourne looking to light it up in game 50. Mansfield looking to spoil the party, but just found the backboard instead. Sharp off and running. It's been a good run here by the Caps. Sharp just couldn't find a friend to go with her. Mansfield has Bourne ahead of her, but goes herself. Oh, no one behind her. This time, no eyes in the back of her head. They're not always going to come off those classy passes.
No, that's just been 2 plays of great defence by each team, and as we said, it's 20-14 now, so Canberra have definitely weathered the storm. They're finding their feet. They're now getting the ball through hands and getting that inside-outside presence.
Alex Bunton on the floor for her first minutes of the 2023-24 WNBL season. Melbourne now. Oh, that's a beautiful pass into Clark, who just couldn't finish it off. But Melbourne lining it up with their vision so far in this game.
Jade's doing a great job of penetrating into the paint, but then Sharp and Clark, like we just saw a few moments ago, are doing a great job on the back door cuts and using that movement to get open layups.
So Izzy Borlay's off the floor now. She's got 2 fouls already to her name, so you can see why they're being a bit conservative. Matt Hurst on the Lightning. Bourne into Willoughby. Back to Bourne, guarded by Okoye. Can't quite step around her, and that was great defense by Monica Okoye. She's really showing her wares in this league.
She is. She stood her ground and she was like, this is my home floor, this is my key, and you ain't getting it past me.
It's Lizzie Tonks as well, coming up against her old team, this time in Adelaide colours. Melbourne stepped back on the elbow, gave it to Clark. Okoye wants Clark back. Potter, can she get her first bucket in the season? That one just rims out. But she gets a steal and gets the finish. And that is well deserved for Gemma Potter.
What a hustle play, and you know what? That's going to give her so much confidence to keep going and do better and just trust her basketball work.
The crowd absolutely up on their feet for that one. We know how hard of a journey it's been for Gemma Potter. And what a great finish. Ice cold with her face as well. She's right into game mode. It's great to see her back on the floor. There's so much potential. Willoughby at the line now for Adelaide. Just looking to stem the flow a little bit here, the Lightning. Willoughby misses the first one.
I have a question. If we miss 2 free throws, do people get free burgers?
Oh, we might have to ask Christy Collier-Hill if we can get some burgers for us, but make your own luck, I say. So 20 points to 16, 21 to 16 now, I should say. The Caps have had a good patch here to get back into this one. Clark looking for her first WNBL points. Okoye, she's had a few points already herself this game. Make that 5 for Okoye. So 2 minutes left to play in this opening term. Looks like we're going to have a timeout at the National Convention Centre. Lightning 21 playing Capitals 16. And this timeout is brought to you by Cygnett, Australian-owned, Australian-designed. Cygnett is powering the WNBL with its extensive range of digital accessories, including power banks, charging cables, wall chargers, and so much more. Cygnett is powering up your favourite players this season on and off the court. Power every moment with Australia's #1 digital accessories brand. Visit cygnett.com. Well, Beck, time for us to take a breath. It's been pretty fast-paced to start this game, hasn't it?
It has been. I'm still recovering from last night and I'm exhausted just watching this. But no, you're going to have so much energy when it's your first game. The girls have been in pre-season for 6 to 8 weeks. All you want to do as an athlete is get out there and play. And like we said, for some people, it's their first game back in a long time, or it's their first time in the league, and they're just going to want to go out there and do the best that they can. But I think you'll see as we go into the second quarter in a couple of minutes that both teams will sort of have found their feet and their groove.
So team news as well. Izzy Bola is 11 points, but she's got the 3 fouls already. So Jade Melbourne already causing her a bit of trouble. So I wonder how Nat Hurst will manage her minutes throughout the game, because she came out on fire, really.
She really did. She was attacking at Jade just as much as Jade was attacking her. And, 11 points in one quarter. She's been unlucky with some fouls, so it'll be interesting to see when she gets back in the game.
Potter. It's great to see her getting her first bucket of the season earlier on. Munga couldn't make it rain. Potter with the good rebound there. Clark. Good screen provided by Bunton, and Clark, welcome to the WNBL.
And you know what? I've been hit by Alex Bunton's screens, and you don't want to get hit by them. That was a good one, Bunts.
Tonks now for Adelaide. Hands it off to Turner. That's as easy as you like. So just under 2 minutes to play now. Caps doing some movement out of the timeout. Potter in the corner. It stays with the Caps. Fowler into Munga. Pulls up. Can't quite get the tough shot to go, but Bunton's there, as she usually is, to get the finish. Tonks now. Into Bourne. That looks good from the moment it left her fingers.
It did. She could do it inside, outside, and she's a youngster. She's going to grow and get better, so I can't wait to watch her grow this season.
Fowler trying to dump it into Bunton. They'll get it again. 6-point lead for the Lightning. 55 seconds left, and Borlase will come on for one last hurrah in this first term.
Interesting sub with 3 fouls, you said?
Yep, 3 fouls.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
So Clark now. Driving in hard, couldn't get the finish. And Turner with another rebound. Here is Borlase. Looking to add more points to her name. Steps around Clark. Got her own board. Oh, look at the putback from Izzy Borlase.
Surely that might have to be a play of the day for an individual move. That was nice.
She is putting on a show. Here's Izzy Borlase and that famous number 14. Munga now. Into Fowler. Sharp couldn't quite collect the rebound. Just when you think the Caps are getting back into it, the Lightning strike back. It'll be Tonks and Brazel working together here for this last 16 seconds. To try and get the last shot off of the first quarter. Borlase in trusty hands, and there it is! Borlase gets another 3 to her name. Absolutely lining it up at the Convention Centre. And at the end of the first term, it is Adelaide Lightning 31, UC Capitals 20. We'll be back to wrap up the first quarter and get you into the second quarter straight after this.
Long range shot from the car park. And Alex Wilson now starting to light things up. Davo Hickey upstairs.
Love it. He's been exceptional.
Big hit from Abby Cabillo.
Welcome back to the National Convention Centre. We're looking at the work of Izzy Borlase. She's lit it up in the first term to give her team an 11-point lead over the UC Caps, 16 points, and of course the 3 fouls to contend with as well. But Izzy Borlase is putting on a show for the Lightning, and we expect nothing less spectacular from this young superstar.
I know, I take it back, Nat Hurst, great sub. Putting her back in the end of the game, she just went splish splash.
It's great to see, and we'll see if the Adelaide Lightning can continue on their momentum heading into this second quarter. The Caps, well, they have a bit of work to do so far. Alex Sharp leading the way. Sorry, Monica Okoye leading the way with 5 points. Alex Sharp next best with 4 points. And Jade Melbourne with 3. So not quite the impact that Izzy Borlase is having, but I'm sure they're going to grow into this game as this young team does and continue to do last season as well. Despite not quite the best win-loss record, they showed up at every game, and they'll continue to do so again in front of their home fans. Packing out the National Convention Centre as always. We tip off the second quarter. Adelaide 31, leading Capitals 20. Okoye. That one just spins out. One of the more unlucky shots in basketball. And a bit of a laugh down there on the floor between Tonks and Sharp. Look at that.
Oh, that went in and then it went out. That should be worth 1 point, surely.
Yeah, give us one. FIBA, if you're watching. So all comes to a hush now. Adelaide ball. Borlase with it. Starting on the floor, despite the 3 fouls next to her name. Gets it back, guarded by Sharp. Tonks just loses out. And the Caps defense wins out. They'd love to get the first bucket of this second quarter. And that ball just swatted away by Brazil. We'll see a lot of local products in both teams getting their chance on the big stage. Jade Melbourne. Oh, a beautiful crossover. That is glorious from Jade Melbourne. Now Borlase. What can she do to respond? Hands it off to Turner. Guarded by Fowler. Just reaches up above her, uses her natural height. It's as easy as you like.
I like seeing this aggressive nature by Turner early. This is what she did a few seasons ago. And you can't stop her in the mid-range as she has that mindset. So I'm really liking what she's doing so far.
Let's take a look at this from Melbourne. Just sent Borlase there on skates and got herself some revenge because Borlase has been putting on the show early on in the battle of these two young guns. But Melbourne now 5 points to her name in game 50. Leading the way as captain of this team at just 21 years of age. Her 4th season in the Caps colours. Gets the second one to go. So Borlase bringing it back up the floor here for Adelaide. Her team up by 10. Nice little spin move there, and it pays off for Brazil. Melbourne now just looking for an option. Finds Sharp, and that's some good active hands there by Borlase. Gives it into Coleman, and that's really good. From Taylor Moll, sorry. Coleman wore the 11 last season, so Taylor Moll takes over this season. And gets her first points of the game. Here's Sharp to Okoye. Met by some Adelaide defenders, and that is good defense from the Lightning. And they get the foul to go with it as well.
Caps just want to make sure that they're looking after the ball now. You don't want to let Adelaide extend this margin with just easy turnovers and letting them get on the offensive break. So they're going to want to just poise here, collect themselves, and make sure they go out and look after the ball.
So timeout called, Lightning 37, leading Capitals 23. And this timeout is brought to you by CTM Sport. Introducing CTM Sport, the experts in travel management for sports teams. With CTM Sport, your team could leave the logistics to our travel specialists and concentrate on their game. As a part of the renowned CTM Group, CTM Sports Travel Management is designed to outperform the competition. Visit ctmsport.com.au today. So an early timeout called in this second quarter. Beck, what do you think each coach's mindset is in these huddles?
I think Lightning, they'll be really happy with how they've come out in this second quarter. They've been long, they're getting deflections, they're getting steals, and they've just been attacking on the offensive end. I think the Caps, it'll just be about ball movement. You need the plays to move off each other. And I think look after the ball here.
37 leading 23. Good to see Paul Goris back on the bench there for the UC Caps. He obviously had so much success here as a head coach. He's back as an assistant coach after some time in the WNBA with Atlanta, of course. So good to see him back in the league.
So good to see Goz back. He is not only an amazing coach, but an amazing person, and all the girls at Caps are going to learn so much off him. So it's awesome that the WNBL has him back.
So Tonks handing it off to Turner. Trying to carry it in, but Munga played good defense there. Been a quiet start for Munga so far, 0 from 3 from the field. But she's working hard on the defensive end. Turner. Adelaide swinging around. The shot clock's down to 3, so Tonks has got to think about it and go. They just got to get the shot up now. Brazel couldn't get it done. Good defense there by the Caps.
Billy will be happy with that coming out of a timeout. You know, Munga got that deflection and now they got to stop, so that's exactly what they wanted.
Shakira Riley on for her first minutes of the night for the Caps. Jade Melbourne off and running. This time it wasn't Bola that fouled her at least, it was Brazel. You can see there Jade Melbourne just puts the step on and doesn't leave defenders with much room to go. So Cap side ball. Melbourne got it back from Sharp. Wants to find Fowler off the pick and roll, and she'll go to the line for 2.
I like this defensive change-up. As you say, Willoughby came on the court, matched up on Jade Melbourne. Willoughby is just as athletic as Jade is, but she's a bit longer, so I think that will actually help with Jade getting to the rack. So that is going to be a match-up I'll like to see.
So Fowler just misses the first one there. 2 points for her so far this game, plus the 1 rebound. And she misses both. Mansfield now looking to use her tempo. Mole. Turner. Now Willoughby. Banks it in. And she's going to head to the line for an extra. So Beck Cole, she's already making that impact on the offensive end as well, Willoughby.
She is. She has such a quick first step, and if she is getting past you, you need to make sure split line is there to help you out.
So Jocelyn Willoughby gets the M1 to go. One of the 2 powerful imports. Adelaide had the luxury of having her and Turner. And Melbourne just somehow collected the rebound there. No look pass there to Fowler. She's corralled. Gets it back to Melbourne for a deep 3. That is good.
And you can hear the UC Caps crowd are loving it.
She's worth the price of admission alone, Jade Melbourne. Mansfield now. Turner, she wants a 3 of her own. Can't get it. Munga hustling there on the boards. Wants to go on her own and does so successfully. Great little patch here by the Caps. That's why a timeout's being called. Let's see on the replay here, Munga just looked left, looked right and thought, yeah, I'll do this myself. And popped herself a nice basket. Her first of the game. And a timeout here. Lightning 42 leading Capitals 28. And this timeout is brought to you by the Australian Sports Commission. The Australian Sports Commission and the Australian Institute of Sport recognise the outstanding contribution Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people make to society and sport in Australia, and are proud to support Basketball Australia and the Cygnett WNBL Indigenous round. It's a great opportunity to celebrate the power of sport to promote reconciliation, reduce inequality, and make sport a positive, welcoming place for everyone. Visit ausport.gov.au to find out how the ASC and AIS are enhancing their connection with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, communities and cultures, and of course helping sport across the country to do the same. So you can see the great crowd there packing out the National Convention Centre. The Caps are of course wearing their fantastic Indigenous Guernseys designed by Ngunnawal man Richard Allen. And they put on a bit of a show to start off this second quarter. Becca, what have you made of their start?
I think they've really found their feet here. I think they've really settled into the game. They've realised what is working for them and what isn't. Look, it's still early in the second quarter. They are going to need to stay locked in. Lightning are a good team. I think this is a really level matchup, but they're just going to need to stay locked in on defence here. If you're down, the number one thing you need is stops.
That's what they'll be focusing on as we come out of the timeout. Willoughby trying to dance around Riley, and she'll get the 2 and 1.
The Adelaide guards definitely showing us their fancy footwork here in this first half.
And Jocelyn Willoughby just working herself into this game nicely. Up to 9 points already.
I think she's a great get for Adelaide. She was obviously with Sydney last season, did a great job, and was on the bench for New York in the WNBA, so she'll be raring to go for this opportunity this season.
So 43 plays 28. Adelaide 11 points so far this quarter, and the Caps stuck on 8. This has been pretty closely matched after Adelaide got the jump early on, mainly through Borlase with those 16 points. She's on the floor now, playing defense on Sharp, who's spinning around and will head to the line for 2. Good move there by Alex Sharp. Looking forward to seeing what she can do this season in new colours. As we take a look at it here. Her feet just got caught underneath.
And how good do those uniforms look?
They're absolutely incredible.
The gold, the blue, the black. It's and the story behind it, I think that is what is so amazing. And each team, like I said, has a different story behind it. But every athlete out there, it's so special to wear it, and so great that the fans get to, you know, enjoy this experience with them.
Absolutely. A Sharp gives them something else to cheer about, putting both those free throws in. Now she's lining up against Mansfield. That'll be a great matchup. Mansfield gets going. Hands it off to Borlase. Now Willoughby with it. Can't quite find an option just yet. Here's Mansfield now. Finds herself some space. Doesn't get the bucket to go with it, and Sharp, as calmly as you like, pulls down the boards. Munga into Potter. That one just gets stuck in the corner.
Great transition offense. They pushed it up the floor. They got it through hands, and a great shot. That's Gemma's Potter's shot in the corner on the 3.
I'll tell you what, when that hits, I feel like it's going to erupt at the National Convention Centre. She's had a few good looks so far from three-point range, Gemma Potter. You know what it would mean to her to get a nice big 3 ball on the board. She's already got herself some points in her comeback game from those 2 ACL ruptures, back-to-back, in fact. Okoe. Shot clock in single digits here for the Caps, so Melbourne tries to scoop it. It doesn't pay off. Borlase off and running towards the opposite end now. And a nice feed to Turner from Mansfield. So 45 plays 30, Lightning in the bonus as well. So there'll be free throws to come from every foul on them. Melbourne. Potter Goes to work on Turner. That one doesn't fall, but Sharp's there. Can't bake it in. Potter, there we go.
You could see Turner knowing that the team had 5 fouls. She almost just let them go to the basket. So there's still 5 minutes to play in this quarter, and having 5 fouls is not good. So I think if I was Canberra, I would be looking to attack and go inside as much as possible.
Forlays banks in her 18th point of the game. Not even at half-time yet. Melbourne. A nice little block there by Forlays, doing it on both ends. And gets fouled on the way in. She's lit it up so far at the National Convention Centre. Great read there. Set Melbourne into the signage. So Brianna Turner's going to come off and take a seat. 8 points and 3 rebounds for her so far. Ella Badish on for her first minutes of the game. And again, another foul called. So it's a bit stop-start now in these few recent minutes, I should say.
It'll be interesting to see whether or not Caps change the way they're defending Borlase. Like you said, she's already on 18 points, and it's there's still minutes to go in this first half. I guess with the Caps, they do have a good switching lineup, as they are all the same height and they're quite lengthy. I wouldn't mind seeing maybe Sharpie go on Borlase to use her length, and even maybe look on an on-ball screen to trap Borlase so she's forced to pass it.
Hearing the insights of Beth Cole there, Southside Flyers superstar. Couldn't quite get over the line last night, Coley, but Melbourne Boomers are pretty strong.
Yeah, they are. You know, I think we definitely gave up offensive boards, and they sort of, those effort 1%ers, they really got us there. I'm excited for our group. It is early days, and I think we actually play Canberra on this Wednesday, so tune in for that.
Absolutely. Gemma Potter putting another 2 points down for the Caps. And getting herself another couple of points. Getting the crowd up at about 34 plays to 48. Melbourne. Found Potter. And just too many steps on that occasion. So both teams now in the bonus. 3 minutes 49 to play. The game has slowed down a touch. We had a pretty fast first term, and now fouls coming into the occasion, heavy and hot. Willoughby found some space. Good rebound by Badish. And a good spin there by Bourne. Silences the crowd. Okoe. Now Melbourne. Bunton. Clark finds herself some space on the foul line. Bunton couldn't quite collect the boards. So 3 minutes 10 left to play. You can see the leading scorers of the two of the youngest players in the league. Melbourne with 9 points, Borlase with 18. Borlase, of course, coming off against 9 points and 5 rebounds against Melbourne. Took too many steps on that occasion. Very rare that we see back-to-back travels, but I guess that's just the pressure of this game, Beck.
It is the pressure, and as a guard on the wing, sometimes when you know you're going to rip, I feel like we might take an extra step before we've actually bounced the ball. We don't think we've done it, but I'm sure if we look back on the footage, we have.
Nearly paid off there for Bunton. She's going to head to the line for 2.
That was a great high-low look. I think Okoe and Alex Bunton could really look at that, get Okoe in that foul shot area where that would be money for her, and then you have the height advantage of Bunton down low.
So Alex Bunton, one of the veterans of the league, proving crucial in this young Caps side. For her 11th WNBL season, of course, a member of the 2018 World Cup team. Was in the squad for the 2023 Asia Cup as well. Of course, the team went on to finish 3rd in that tournament. Bourlaise gets it back from Badish. And Okoye this time committed the foul. You can see there, just a bit too much contact there.
The Caps are playing a switching defence. Like I said before, they are all of quite similar height or length. So Bourlaise did a great job of reading that mismatch as the Caps switch. She saw she had a slower Okoye on her, and yeah, now she's going to the foul line for 2.
19 points now for Bourlaise. She's so damaging. And that's 20 for her. Still 2 minutes 30 left to play. Her career high is 25 points, so she looks like she's going to succeed that well and truly. Bunton into Melbourne. Throws it on the left and pops it up nicely. Mansfield now looking to get to work on Clark. And gets fouled on the way in. Feels like almost every drive becomes a foul. But have a look at this from Jade Melbourne. It's a beautiful little finger roll. She's got all the moves, Jade Melbourne.
This is a stage where if the refs are calling a lot of fouls, both teams, you just need to make adjustments. Otherwise, you're just giving an easy 2 points up to the other team. It is hard, but, you know, this is what happens when it's the start of the season. Athletes are finding their footing as well as the refs are.
Sharp wrestles it back there from Bourlaise. Melbourne now. Found some space. But that shot won't count. Adelaide ball. So I think there was... No, there wasn't a foul called. It'll just be an Adelaide ball. 53 plays 38. Minute 50 left in this opening half, where it's been all Adelaide so far. Willoughby's been a key to their success. And she gets fouled too. So we're heading to the charity stripe once again. Gemma Potter this time the offender. And Taylor Brazel's going to come on for some minutes. Bourlaise will take a much-deserved rest. 18 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. She's shooting 70% from the field. She's joined by Willoughby in double digits points. 12 points for her to go with a couple of rebounds. And that free throw as well. Willoughby coming off 14 points against Melbourne on Wednesday night, where her team went down by 8 points. Here's Sharp now. Oh, nice spin move on Badish. And that's all class from Alex Sharp.
Sharpie put her in the spin cycle. That was smooth.
And Mansfield tried again with that no-look pass, but Bunton read it better. Mansfield's going to be so fun to watch this season. So too Willoughby inbounding now from the baseline. Here's Mansfield. Bourne. That one just rattles out. Here's Sharp now. Getting Willoughby out of the way. Potter! Yes!
That's the exact shot we were speaking about. That's got to feel good for her.
There's all smiles around from her teammates. Gemma Potter herself even lets out a smile. It leads to a timeout called. Adelaide 54, playing Capitals 43. And what a sweet shot here from Gemma Potter. That would have felt fantastic off back-to-back ACL ruptures. Ruptured her last ACL on November 4. And interesting to see Paul Gora's taking the timeout here, Beck. What do you think he's going to say?
He has a lot to say right now. His face is red. Lots of words are coming out. I think the Caps have chipped away. So for me, he'd probably be wanting them to get it under that 10-point margin going into halftime. I think I'd be also saying get your hands out. Don't send them to the foul line. But I think they've been doing a good job so far.
They have. The Caps have been getting themselves back into it off the back of Jade Melbourne with 11 points. You can see 23 points apiece in this second term. Of course, fouls are coming to play with both teams in the bonus. But 1:09 left. As Beck mentioned, if the Caps can get this back within that 10-point margin, anything can happen. And even if they don't, anything can happen. I mean, this game has ebbed and flowed so far. And we know these two teams have played a host of close contests in years gone by. Caps have won at least one game against Adelaide for the past 7 seasons, so they match up well against this lineup. Adelaide kick it around. It's with Willoughby now. Going to work on Sharp. Luckily, it ends back in the hands of Bourne, who just glides in and gets herself an easy bucket.
I can tell you Paul Goris was definitely not saying you should allow her to drive left straight to the lane, I'll tell you that much.
His face just turned an even more deeper shade of red. Willoughby now. Brazel. Mansfield tried to split the defense. Sharp still there with her. Mole. Willoughby. Spinning around Melbourne. There's probably a silly foul there from Jade, knowing that one would definitely be called. It sends Willoughby to the line once again. See there, just reaching the hands in.
Good move by Willoughby. She knows she's a bit stronger than Jade, a bit taller, and that's a great post move. Great mismatch.
13 points now for Jocelyn Willoughby. You can see there Melbourne up to her 3rd foul for the game. So really we need to watch Jade Melbourne's minutes as we head into the second half. And Willoughby will take a seat. It's been a good stint from her in this second quarter. She's really worked herself into this game. You saw there Borlase had 3 fouls earlier on, but looks like she had 1 taken off her. So 2 fouls for Izzy Borlase. 1 second to play. Mansfield, can she pull a last-minute shot? It nearly went in. But at the end of the first half, an entertaining first half, it is Adelaide 58 leading the Capitals 43. Beck Cole, what did you make of that opening half from both teams?
I think you could just tell both guards from each team, they were wanting to get 2 feet in the paint. They were wanting to draw fouls. I think Adelaide have got a few extra offensive rebounds that has led to this margin, and probably a few turnovers that the Caps don't want. But Caps, it's their first game today. Adelaide have already had one. They've found their groove a little bit. But I'm interested to see how they each come out in this second half, because if they let Adelaide get out on the front foot, it could be an interesting game.
So taking a look at the second quarter highlights, Adelaide scoring 27 points, the Caps 23. What did you like about Adelaide's game? Obviously, Izzy Borlase and Jocelyn Willoughby sort of took over, and Izzy Bourne, just like that, shot up with 11 points. So 3 players in double figures already for them, Beck.
I think that's what's really great about good teams is on the defensive end, I feel like to win games in the WNBL, you need to stop teams getting over 80 points. But on the offensive end, if you can have about 4 people in double figures, that's a great thing. You're going to win most games, but also how is the defense going to defend you if there's so many options on the floor?
Absolutely right. And for the Caps, they showed positive signs in that. You could see Jade Melbourne just brought the team on her back. What do you think Kristen Veal will be saying at this halftime break to her team?
I think keep looking at that inside-outside movement. Let Jade go to work in that offensive transition. For the lane runners, get down deep because the guards are finding them for the shots in those corners. But just to stay positive, the game's not over. Like we said, this is sport. Sport has its ups and downs. They just need to weather the storm, but really they need to lock in on defense and get maybe 3 stops in a row coming out in this third quarter.
Taking a look at the team stats from the game so far, both teams shooting relatively okay from the field. 16 from 36 for the Caps and 21 from 39 for the Lightning. 3-pointers each for each team. 3 3-pointers each, I should say, for each team. free throws, a lot of free throws. You can see Adelaide have taken 17 for the game already, and then a good split between rebounds, assists, and then steals. You can see Lightning 6-1. That's a good stat for them to lead in. So a pretty positive first half if you're looking at it from an Adelaide Lightning perspective.
100%. If I'm Adelaide, I'm quite happy. If I was the Capitals, I'd be like, you've let them score 58 points. And I just think that's over 100 points. And that's just too much, period. But like you said, it's the steals. So they just want to look after those turnovers and stop sending Lightning to the free throw line.
Well, we've got more action-packed hoops coming up straight after the break. It is the Lightning leading the Capitals by 15 points at halftime. Don't go anywhere. We've got an exciting second half coming up at the National Convention Centre.
Use that momentum and power you've created to explode out on your first dribble. Okay, we've got 2 more. 1.
Sometimes as women, we look for perfection as opposed to execution.
The work ethic is important when the players are 40 years younger than you.
Treaty negotiations between our people and the Victorian government are happening soon.
The time has come to put our people in the driver's seat.
A treaty that celebrates and respects our culture. A treaty that listens to our elders.
A treaty that provides truth-telling, better education, jobs,
housing, health and justice for our kids.
Authorised by Amy Rust, First People's Assembly, Victoria, 48 Cambridge Street, Collingwood, Victoria.
Hello, Australia. Want to go for a ride?
A summer heatwave has arrived.
This is it. This is what we've been waiting for.
4 spicy nights a week.
It's open season. It's Love Island.
Be afraid, boys.
The power has shifted. The girls are in charge.
What the hell? What the hell?
Surprise!
The steamy villain era has arrived. New Love Island. New episodes drop Monday to Thursday on 9 Now.
So we're here today at the Loom in Melbourne, checking out all of the wonderful artists and the artwork that's displayed here, and celebrating the opening round of the WNBL, which also happens to be the Indigenous round. So come have a look at some of the artwork. It's interesting just to, get a little glimpse of the stories and the inspiration behind the artwork. This one's nice. This is one I would have in my house.
This is my first time ever today being at the Loom, and this space is just incredible. It's a credit to all the Indigenous artists out there who put in such hard work.
Yeah, looking forward to playing Indigenous around and wearing the Indigenous jersey. That's something that I always find super interesting. As with all the other paintings here, all Indigenous artwork has a story behind it.
You can't be what you can't see. To have representation and then know that, our mob are watching and they're seeing our culture being celebrated.
Being a proud Indigenous woman, my job is not only to go out and play basketball and perform to the best of my abilities, but to inspire the youth and give them something to dream for and hope for. I know I said the other one was my favourite, but I really like this one too.
I'm really proud to represent my family and share my culture with my teammates. That's really important for me, so everyone gets to learn something and feel more connected to where they're playing.
It's probably the one time of the year that I get the goosebumps out on the court. I get really excited, and just to see the celebration pre-game, to then be involved in these elite games as well. It's the time of the year I really look forward to stand out there and know that I'm representing my culture as well, along with the players that are out on the court with me.
Hi, my name's Christy.
Wilson, long range shot from the car park. And Alex Wilson now starting to light things up.
Davo Hickey upstairs.
Love it. He's been exceptional. Big hit from Abby Cabillo.
Australia, take your seats.
You played the game well, you strategised throughout the whole series.
For the biggest night of television.
We have done everything to create a beautiful home.
This year.
Very bizarre, people lining up. It's like Taylor Swift's here.
The Block Grand Finale auction.
Everybody wants you to make money.
This is the night 5 glorious Block Stunners go under the hammer.
Going. It's sold.
Who
Cannot wait to show Australia.
will
We know what we're capable of.
Liked about her game so far?
Ball Ace has just been balling out. She's been attacking the rim. For a youngster, she has such poise. As you see, she has that step-through move there. She can do it inside, outside. She's also been doing it both ends of the floor, and she's been really impressive so far tonight.
Isabel Borlase, we know how great her last season was, the Betty Watson Youth Player of the Year, the 6th Woman of the Year, coming off against Melbourne with 9 points. Averaged 13.5 points, 3 rebounds and 2 assists last year. And she's really just picking up where she left off. We thought she'd be in a bit of foul trouble earlier on, but 2 fouls to her name. So far she's pretty safe, and she's got all smiles on her face because her team is leading the way against the Capitals. Beckham, what do you want to see from each team in this third term to try and get the game well and truly on their terms?
I feel like they need to stop the fouls. I think that's not letting either team really get into a groove. Maybe some more defensive intensity. I think if they can get that going, get stops, Caps will be looking really good. And I just think both teams have actually been doing a great job of looking at those mismatches and seeing how they can use that to their advantage.
So Izzy Borlase is on the verge of her career high. It was 25 points against your mob, Beck. Do you remember that game when she dropped 25 points?
No, I don't actually. I can't remember it at all.
Can't recall it? No, don't recall. We don't talk about that. So it looks like she might create a new record tonight in Adelaide colours. But both coaches, Kristen Veal and Nat Hurst, obviously know a lot about each other, having played together for a long period of their playing careers, and now coaching rivals on the court tonight. With 2 young teams, we love to see them getting up and about. You can see Beck Pizzi there and Chloe Tuliak, 2 players suffering with injury at the moment for the Caps. We can't wait to see them get back into the lineup. But for Adelaide, they have a pretty good starting 5 on the floor for this second half. Jocelyn Willoughby was one player that really got into the game herself in the second term with 13 points and 2 rebounds. So the crowd getting up and about to start the third term. Monica Okoye to inbound, the first Japanese import, I should say, in the WNBL. Her team down 43 to 58. Let's see what they've got to start things off here. Sharp. Munga. Here's Melbourne now in game 50. 4th season with the Caps. Fowler for 3. That's a great start for Canberra. Just to start, Kristen Veal would have wanted out of that halftime break. Willoughby now. Just wanted to feed another teammate, and again, the whistles come into play, Beck.
Unlucky with the foul there. I feel like that was a close call, but that would have been just the start Veal would have been hoping for. They got the ball through hands. They used the whole 24-second shot clock, and then they did do great defence till the foul at the end.
See Gemma Potter there just keeping the legs warm on that spin bike. Hopefully we'll see her back out there soon. Here's Okoye. Looks like they're going to try use the whole shot clock again here, Canberra. Munga. Okoye. Fowler provides the screen. It allows Melbourne to find herself some space. Feed it out. And that's a beautiful shot there from Alex Sharp.
Another 3-ball, and the last 2 possessions, they've gone from one side of the court to the other. So that rotation is harder for the defence to defend.
Ball lays. Kicks it across to Mansfield. Bourne finds herself in some space. And the Caps will be breathing a sigh of relief. They're right back into this one. Sharp, can she get another 3? Kicks it out to Munga from the corner. Oh, that would have probably set the roof on fire if that went through. 3 threes in a row. But a good start here for the Caps.
Great hustle by Munga. That is just what she's known for. She's a workhorse. If she's not getting, 15, 20 points, she's doing all the little things that aren't on the stat sheets. That's deflections, that's boxing out, that's bumping cutters, and you always need one of those players on your team.
2 points, 3 rebounds for Nicole Munga. For Lace. Stepping through, couldn't bank it in. And Munga again off and running, no one ahead of her, goes on her own. That one just falls short. Bourne now into Borlase. Melbourne's right there with her. Mansfield. Turner. Now Willoughby. Bourne. Gets it into Borlase. Shot clock down to 6. Borlase just loses the handle. That's good defense there from Okoye. Sharp hustling on the floor. Shot clock expires. That's great defense there from the Caps. A crucial stop with Borlase in red-hot form. And a good little feed to Fowler. And timeout call because the Caps are on fire after that halftime break. 2 threes in a row and then a nice bucket there from Alex Fowler. The first 8 points of this quarter. And you can see there a great finish there by Alex Fowler. Adelaide 58, leading Capitals 51. And this timeout is brought to you by Ford Aussie Hoops. Whether your little one is already shooting hoops in the backyard or simply looking to get out there and give basketball a go, the Ford Aussie Hoops program is the perfect way to kickstart their basketball journey. Ford Aussie Hoops is the perfect introduction to the world of basketball for kids aged 5 to 10 years old. Register today. You can see there, Aussie Hoops, a great program to get into, and it's where a lot of these players would have come into. But what a start from the Caps, Cole, to get themselves right back into this one.
Exactly what they would have wanted. We said we wanted more defensive intensity, which is what they've brought. We just saw Okoye defending Borlase excellently as a bigger girl. On that smaller guard, and she used her feet, she got that steal, so good to see. And then they've been awesome on the offensive end, getting ball through hands and offensive transition as well.
And you know what it's like to play at this venue firsthand, Beck. You can see when the crowd gets into it, it makes it a lot harder for an opposition team to keep that lead. So good momentum with the Caps right now.
They do. The Caps, they bloody love their UC Caps, and I absolutely love it. That's what you want for women's sport. You want to play in an atmosphere. You want to play so well for your fans because they're so loyal. So what a great start for the UC Caps.
Let's see what the Lightning can do to get back into this one on the road. Still leading in this game, of course, 58-51. Mansfield getting to work against Melbourne. A little kick-out pass to Bourne. She can't make it pay, gets her own boards, and they'll have another go at it.
Okoye was a difference maker just then. She was not only on the ball, but then she was on split line. She came and helped. Then she was on another help defense. She was crucial to changing shots just then.
So Turner with it into Willoughby. Bounce pass into Bourne against the smaller Melbourne, but kicks it back out to Willoughby. Nice shot there, can't quite fall. And Melbourne Off and running. Oh, scoops it behind the back to Fowler. That is box office basketball from Jade Melbourne. Sends the crowd into raptures. Can they get another stop here? Turner double teams, scoops it off to Borlays. If anyone can stem the flow, it's her. That one misses, gets her own board. Sharp right there with her, sends her to the floor. Okoye now into Sharp. And Adelaide just have quick hands there through Turner. That's why she's so powerful defensively. Borlays, Bourne, scoops it up to Turner, and that was a foul on Okoye. And the crowd do not like that one. You can hear the boos ringing around the convention centre. Take a look at this from Jade Melbourne, though. My goodness. For 21 years of age, she has just got such a big future ahead of her with passes like that.
Yeah, her highlight reel on her assists down the court would definitely be a very entertaining one to watch and subscribe to, that's for sure.
So young, imagine what's still left to come. Willoughby now. Goes baseline, around Sharp. Couldn't finish it off. Good pressure there by Alex Sharp. It allows Melbourne to run. Feeding Sharp again for three. That one just falls short. And a foul once again. Willoughby got shoved as she went for the rebound. Came up a bit proppy. And again, the crowd is really getting into this one.
The Capitals really enhancing their defense intensity, and they're making Adelaide force bad shots, or shots that I guess are probably not as likely to go in. So that's exactly what they've needed in this third quarter.
So Caps have to be a bit careful with 3 fouls already as a team. Borlays, Turner. Now Willoughby. Can't quite get the settler. Sharp is there for another rebound. Boy, she stepped up in this quarter. Here she is with it now on the offensive end. Wanted Bunton, got Turner instead. Good reading there by Brianna Turner, but Munga just couldn't quite collect that cleanly. Very similar to the start of the first term. High intensity basketball. And Munga will come off for a seat. Gemma Potter comes back into the game. 9 points to her name off the bench, so a great start for her to her season. Bourne. Here's Willoughby. And now Turner. Mansfield. Went underneath Sharp and it paid off. Good settler there for the Lightning. And a good look there to Potter. Caps can go fast or they can go slow. They can do it all.
No blink and you miss it, that one.
Absolutely. Turner couldn't quite get the finish. Melbourne. Guarded by Borlays. Oh, and a good rejection there.
Oh, Bourne stared her down after that block.
So no, I don't think so. Bang! Poor Melbourne's hit the deck a few times this game. And that's what the sort of stuff Adelaide needs. It feels like the game's slipping a little bit. Those defensive actions are going to go a long way to extending their lead back out to maybe 15 points or beyond. That's where it was at half-time at least. Shot clock down to 5 here for Melbourne. What could she do with it? Launches from three-point range. That one's short.
I think that's what's so good about this league, is that you can't go into any game thinking you're going to win. Each team is so talented, and you know, for the fans and people watching this league, it's anyone's game, so you've got to be on your front foot.
And Gemma Potter was on her front foot there, getting it off Borlays, and now into Fowler. Scooping it into Bunton, I should say. But it didn't quite work out. Caps within 5. Fowler's going to take a seat, and Shakira Riley will come onto the floor. Fowler with 9 points so far this game. Alex Sharp up to a double-double. 11 points, 11 rebounds. Great to see her getting a great start in her new colours.
And that's why I think Sharpie is such a good signing for the Caps. She can do it at both ends.
So too can Izzy Bourne for the Lightning. That's a great settler for them. Their first 3 of the quarter. Just over 3 minutes left to play in this one. The Caps finish off their good work and perhaps get a lead going into 3/4 time. Clark. Shot clock down to 3, so she has to get to work here, Jada Clark. And there's good defense there from Adelaide. Borlase hasn't got herself on the score sheet this term, might do so now. That one just falls short. Melbourne. Kicks it out to Riley, known for her 3-point shooting with Maitland in the NBL 1. And now Adelaide with the responding 3. That is a great response there from Izzy Bourne. Back-to-back 3s for her. And just like that, a timeout called. 2 minutes 30 left to play. Izzy Bourne lining it up from 3-point range to get her team a bit of breathing room. And this timeout is brought to you by Treaty Victoria. This match has been supported by the First Peoples Assembly of Victoria, which is negotiating the country's first treaty. If you are an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander person in or from Victoria, register with the Assembly today to have your say and help decide the next steps of the journey. For more information, visit www.firstpeoplesvic.org. So some important work taking place, and of course we're recognising it all throughout WNBL Indigenous round. But right now it is Adelaide leading 66-55 off the back of 2 back-to-back 3s from Izzy Bourne, who's up to 17 points. Bet Cole, what have you made of her performance so far?
Bourne has been brilliant. These 2 games that I've watched her play, I think she's so smooth, she's so poised. These youngsters from Adelaide have really got it going, and Bourne can do it inside, she can do it outside. Again, her journey is just beginning, and she's going to be such a talented young player.
Of course, spent some time with the Caps as well, Izzy Bourne. Now in the red, so too Lizzie Tonks, also a former Capitals player.
I think what's really special, you mentioned it earlier, is a lot of these girls who are playing for Canberra have grown up in Canberra, and the same with Adelaide. And I think that's a really important thing for young basketballers out there to know that there is a pathway for you. And if you want to make this a career, if you work hard, it's definitely a goal that you can achieve.
Absolutely right. Looking at the future of WNBL on our screens right now, on 9 now. Fowler hands it off to Clark, another COE graduate. That one rolls in. Good start out of the timeout there for Canberra. And just like that, Gemma Potter now leading all scorers for the Caps, 11 points. Tonks now. Oh, good feed to Turner. Perfect vision there from Bourne. She's doing it all.
That was a great high-low. I think they should look at that more often now with Alex Bunton off the floor.
10 points now for Turner with 5 rebounds to her name as well. Minute 30 left to play. Melbourne loses it momentarily, but she's got support in Fowler. Shot clock down to 4. She was fouled on the way in.
That's an unfortunate foul there that Adelaide gave away. They did such incredible defense up until that time. That they're just ones that as you get older, you learn that they're not fouls you want to give away.
Taylor Brazel there committing it. Luckily for Adelaide, Melbourne's going to take a seat, so an opportunity for them to perhaps settle things a bit. Fowler. Here's Clark. Dumps it back into Fowler. It's a good move there by the Caps. What's Brazel got in her bag of tricks? Nearly an assist there from Potter, almost. And now the Caps go flying on the opposite end. Potter's free in the corner. And the rebound falls in the hands of Turner. Now Adelaide get off and running. And Basham couldn't quite get the way through. On for her first minutes of the game tonight.
It'll be interesting to see as Melbourne has gone off the floor who steps up and is the point guard in this moment, because obviously Jade takes a lot of that pressure for the team, so that might be something that Adelaide could actually look at to take advantage of here.
Will it be subbed back in? Giving it to Bourne. Here's Brazel. Sturt Sabre's young gun. Pops in a bucket. Her second bucket of the game, 4 points for her. 70 plays 59, 20 seconds left. About a 5-second differential between shot clock and game clock as Clark gives it off to Fowler. And then Sharp. Can't quite bank it in. Rebounds taken there by Turner. They have to go quick here, Adelaide. Willoughby from halfway. Just missed. But Adelaide still leading the way here at the National Convention Centre. The Lightning leading the Capitals 70-59. 3 action-packed quarters. Capitals got on top there, 16 points to 10. Beck, what did you make of their performance to try and get back into this one?
They did a great job. Their first half of that third quarter was absolutely brilliant. Exactly what Villian thinker on, are that little bit off. So it's great to see that both teams have been looking after the ball better this quarter.
So who wins from here? Is it Adelaide that can continue to keep their lead, or can the Caps give an almighty scare to the Lightning? They started so well in the third term. They've got all their stars on the floor here once again. But it's Adelaide leading 70-59 to tip off this fourth term at the National Convention Centre. Jade Melbourne scooping it in to Fowler with force. And that's the start that Adelaide wanted, the bench getting up and about for that. Turner into Willoughby. And now Tonks will take it. Wants ball lays. Here's Turner. Bourne. Found no one to pass it to. Bit of a wayward start for both teams here.
It has been a physical game. It has been very up and down, so both teams might be a little tired here to the start of this fourth quarter.
Alex Sharp now. Into Melbourne. Working together. But Sharp just couldn't quite get the finish. Here's Borlays. 20 points for the game for her. Try to split the Caps defense. Instead, pass it straight off to Alex Sharp.
Okoye, again, doing a great job of changing the shot. And for a guard, when you're on the attack, it makes a huge difference.
Beautiful bank there by Sharp. A nice feed from guess who? Jade Melbourne. Loving those two teaming up together already.
They are. Their chemistry is going really well, and that's just going to grow throughout the season. So that might be a fun 1-2-2-1 man game to watch.
Absolutely. One for you to watch as well, Beck. Obviously playing against the Capitals on Wednesday night. That'll be a great clash.
Yep, watch out, UC Caps. The Flyers are coming for you.
Of course, the Flyers coming off a loss against the Boomers in that Michelle Timms Cup, the first leg.
Oh, don't remind me.
Sorry.
No, it's great having the Michelle Timms Cup in the league. It adds almost another mini championship within the whole league.
Togs getting a nice three against her old side to kickstart Adelaide's fourth term. Here's Melbourne from the elbow. That one just rattles out. Willoughby. Just slowing things up a touch. Gets Tongs, but it just fell out of bounds. So 73 playing 61. Here's Okoye. Into Munga. Dishing it off to Fowler, who just had all the time in the world to put that one in. Alex Fowler making good use of her minutes on the floor tonight. So too is Bourne and Turner. Here's Tonks now for back-to-back threes. Couldn't quite knock it down. Melbourne now. 9 assists for her this game. Leading all comers in that category. This time found Willoughby's feet.
Willoughby's done a great job on Melbourne. I think that matchup has been great with, you know, her athleticism and having that bit of extra size. She's been able to use her length and really get some great deflections.
So a sub there for Adelaide. Mansfield coming on for Togs. So they'll go back to that same starting lineup they had, Adelaide. Sharp into Fowler. Okoye. Into Sharp again. This time couldn't quite make it count. Active hands there against Willoughby, but she's able to wrestle it back. Bourne. Scoops it into Borlays, but the chemistry wasn't quite there on that occasion. We're going to have a couple of subs here. 10 points between these two teams. Melbourne. Game 50 for her tonight. In these Caps colours, her 4th season with this team. Fowler. Back to Melbourne. This time Turner guarding her. Okoye. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, so Monica's got to go. And Sharp's able to get a crucial shot up and heads to the line for 2.
Great hustle by Sharpie. That's what she's known for, is getting after those rebounds and, you know, doing those 1%ers extra efforts.
Alex Sharp's had a great performance in her first game as a Capital. 13 points, 13 rebounds, a couple of assists to go with it as well. 41% from the field. She really is doing it all for this team. Let's see her get some opportunity, of course, coming across from the Perth Lynx, a star-studded side. They have been for many years. And she pops in both free throws. Mansfield. Turner. Now Borlays. Mansfield gets it back. Trying to dance around Okoye. And does so successfully. Lauren Mansfield is all class. And she does those sort of moves. That's just her years and years of experience shining through on the first season import, Monica Okoye. So Lauren Mansfield, 4 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. That one was just short. Here come the Caps now. through Potter. Fowler in the corner. That's good.
Fowler's been great on both ends of the floor this third half. She's really provided a little spark for the Caps.
Here's Willoughby now. Ball lays. Mansfield looking for back-to-back buckets for her. Ball lays, dumping it into Turner. Mansfield for three. Not quite. Melbourne. Oh, dancing around Willoughby, and Jade Melbourne just can't bank it in. Mansfield off and running. Dishing it into Willoughby. That's a nice look, but equally well met by the Caps defense. And Melbourne can now get going. Scooping it into Fowler. Having a bit of work to do against Turner, but gets the air one. A big shot here coming up for the Caps. And Alex Fowler just minded her time up against the experience of Brianna Turner.
And Turner not happy with that. She's a person who really keeps her cool. So I feel like she was very passionate about that. She did not foul just then.
Alex Fowler all of a sudden decided to take over this game. 18 points. Make that 19 now.
I'm nervous. Now it's a 4-point game.
That's it. You said it, Beck Cole. 75 plays 71. Plenty of time left in this game as well. 5 minutes 20. The Caps have come alive in this second half. 11 points to 5 in this quarter alone. What have Adelaide got to steady the ship? They're going back to Borlase, one of their key playmakers of the opening half. 20 points for her tonight. And she can't get that friendly roll. Potter up ahead. And couldn't bank it in. They might rue that shot there, the Caps. If Borlase pops this one through. That one rims out as well. Willoughby. It's hot basketball here at the National Convention Centre. Willoughby happy to slow things down and get to work on Bunsen. Bourne stepped out of court. A big opportunity here for the Caps with this offensive set.
The next few play phases are going to be crucial for both teams. You want to make sure you're looking after the ball. You're using the shot clock. I can tell both teams have really lifted because they know these next play phases are going to be really important.
Potter heads the line for a couple. A strong drive from the youngster. 11 points on 45% from the field for her tonight. As we mentioned a few times in the coverage, came back from back-to-back ACL ruptures. It's so good to see her back out there.
She doesn't really look like she's missed a beat at all, so that's got to be an awesome feeling for her.
She'll feel even better if she can knock down this next shot. But no, she misses both. So unfortunately, she has missed a couple of crucial shots in recent minutes, Gemma Potter. There's 2 free throws and then that open look right under the rim. Can Adelaide make them pay? Turner. Can't quite scoop it in. Sharp's there to meet it, as she has been all game. Her 18th rebound. Shazan only Mahaley, eat your heart out.
Good D by Bunce down the other end just to stay straight up, make it hard for Turner to get that layup, and then really set a nice screen for Sharpie to come off.
So Melbourne with it now. The team within 4 of Adelaide, who have led for this entire game. Kicks it out to Potter. Still can't get that finishing shot. She's got herself a good position, Gemma Potter. Mansfield now. Can she give her side a little bit of a buffer? Turner with it now. Willoughby. Cramped up in the corner. Has to do a bit of dancing. Back into Turner. That's a nice finish. The 2 imports combining there for the Lightning. That's exactly what they're here to do. Melbourne couldn't quite find Bunton, and Borlase has Willoughby ahead of her. Goes herself. That one misses. And Adelaide ball again. 77 playing 71 now. Bolay's thought about maybe a foul call there. 3 minutes 17 left in this one. Here's Bolay's. Finds Willoughby right under the rim, but Sharp's right there with her. And she'll go to the line for a couple there, Jocelyn Willoughby.
That was a great backdoor cut. When you're the opposition and someone from the other team does that, I can tell you that much. As a teammate, you're angry. If it's you that happened, you're angry, and the coach, you're probably going to be sitting on the bench right next to them.
So Jocelyn Willoughby just trying to stem the flow here. Pops in the first of her 2 free throws. 13 points, 5 rebounds, or should I say 14 points now with that extra free throw. And now 15. So some good steadiers there from Jocelyn Willoughby, and the Adelaide Lightning takes their lead out to 8. 3 minutes left to play, just over 3 minutes left to play. Melbourne trying to split the defense. Potter for an open look. Still can't make it. Munga hustling hard on defense, but Mansfield is calm as ever. Oh, and Munga got in the way there of that pass. So Sharp just needs an option ahead of her. Might go herself over Turner, got fouled. Heads to the line for a couple. The crowd all of a sudden on the edge of their seats. Caps right in this one. Some crucial free throws coming up here for Alex Sharp, who's had a monster performance so far this game. 16 points, 18 rebounds. Humongous double-double for her. And does make both free throws. 73 plays 79 at the National Convention Centre. Willoughby now. Into Turner. Borlays. If there's one person you want the ball in hands of, it's her, but this time doesn't fall for her. And the shots haven't been falling for her really in this second half. Her field goal percentage has dipped to 36 now as Melbourne says, I have no such issues, and runs in for an open basket. Caps back within 4. Bourne picked off by Sharp, who's been everywhere on offense and defense for the Caps. Munga wanted it, gives it off to Alex Sharp, who banks it not quite in, but goes to the free throw line for another crucial couple of free throws. Minute 56 left to play. Alex Sharp is just taking over this game. And to celebrate Indigenous Round, the WNBL and NBL are hosting a special basketball community event at the Loom, Melbourne. Today it is. Players from Southside Flyers, Melbourne Boomers and Melbourne United were there to sign autographs and take photos. Of course, don't miss out. Secure your tickets. The Loom on the Loom Melbourne's website now. Have a look at that exhibit.
It's absolutely beautiful. Honestly, everyone go get around it because it is something you won't forget, and you'll be telling everybody else to go buy them tickets.
So just like that, the Caps are within 2. The crowd's up on their feet. 1:48 left to play. What do the Lightning have left? They just pass it around now, happy to let the shot clock tick down. Willoughby feeds it into Bourne, who's double-teamed. And Adelaide get another go in it. Good defense there from Canberra.
The last few possessions, if it's gone inside, Canberra are looking to double team that. So a quick inside-outside might be the best bet for Adelaide.
4 seconds to work with on the shot clock here. So it's going to be a quick movement here, and that's even less time there. 3 seconds now after Potter swatted it away. The Lightning won't mind. Seconds off the clock here. They won't mind a bit of slowing down. Turner looking for an option. It's not much. Mansfield stuck in the corner. Turner just had to lift off the shot. And for the potential to take the lead or draw level, here come the Capitals. Potter to Melbourne. Goes to work on Mansfield, and Jade Melbourne can't draw them level. Sharp can't take the rebound, and still with Alex Sharp, she does draw them level. A minute 15 left to play, and we are all square at the National Convention Centre. The crowd are going absolutely bananas. Mansfield trying to find an option. Under a minute to play. Bourne, she's shot the lights out from three-point range, and she does it again.
The bank is open on a Sunday, people.
Izzy Bourne says, come, take some cash out. I'm all about it. Melbourne now wants to get the crowd back on their feet. Potter. That doesn't go in. It's still with the Caps. Fowler into Sharp. Getting to work on Bourne. It doesn't fall. The Lightning can get a bit of a buffer here with 30 seconds left. Just under 30 seconds now. Willoughby happy to slow it down. The defense chance ring around the arena. Mansfield happy to hold it up for as long as necessary. 7 on the shot clock now. Willoughby trying to dance around Fowler. Finds Borlase in some space, and that's a shot clock violation. Not enough awareness there from Adelaide. And there'll be a timeout call with 6.7 seconds left in this ball game. Adelaide 82, playing Canberra 79. What does Kristen Veal draw up here, Becco?
Well, they need a three-point shot, so who do they have on the floor right now? I'm guessing you're probably either looking at Jade or Potter for that three. Even Sharpie has been absolutely brilliant. Or maybe they look at an inside presence and hoping for a foul, but I don't think Adelaide would be dumb enough to probably do that. So this is going to be an interesting 6.7 seconds that we have left on our hands.
Absolutely right. And how about the class from Izzy Bourne there? 20 points for her this game. A big three-pointer to give her team that all-important buffer after the Caps drew level. And the crowd just willing their team on. Adelaide already back out on the floor. They don't want to waste any time. The Caps will think this one through. Capitals, of course, finished at the bottom of the ladder last season with just 2 wins. How great would it be for them to get their first win of the season? But equally for Adelaide, they were 7th, 5 wins and 16 losses for them last season. So a good start for both these teams, crucial in the 2023-24 WNBL season, where you mentioned earlier on in the coverage, Beck Cole, that any team can win on their day.
I wouldn't be surprised here with this long left on the shot clock if Adelaide look to switch everything with these screens, because they can all defend the opposition here with that guard and that athletic-like stature.
So we've had some time put back on the clock, 7.8 seconds from that previous 6.7 seconds. So let's see what Jade Melbourne could do. Turner making it difficult. Potter spinning, shooting, can't score. Fowler there with the offensive board. She's going to go. Couldn't quite get it to connect. And Adelaide escape with the barest of margins on the road at the National Convention Centre. Full time, it is Adelaide getting their first win of the season, 82. The UC Capitals, 79. Wow, Beck Cole, what a contest.
Oh, that was absolutely wild, that last quarter. I think the UC Caps, what a great effort to be down by, you know, that 15-point margin and bring it back. And, you know, honestly, if it wasn't for Bourne's 3, that could have been an overtime game. So credit to Caps to keep on fighting through that. But Adelaide, at the end of the day, too tough, too many scorers, and I think their experience really led them today.
Of course, Adelaide, that's their second game of the week. They just fell short against Melbourne, so they'd be rapt to get the win today on the road, where they struggled heavily last season on the road. I believe it was only 1 win on the road last season. And the Caps just getting in a huddle now. What do you think's been said there, Beck? What do you think's, I don't know who's speaking. I think Jane Melbourne there. What do you think she's saying?
I think she would be saying probably a bit similar to what I was saying last night, is it's game 1. No team is ready to win a championship in the first month of this season. So, you know, you got to thank the crowd, the loyal supporters. What a great round to be a part of. And learn from this experience. Every loss is a lesson, and you just got to keep growing and getting better.
And Jade Melbourne, she's only just going to keep growing in stature because despite the loss, she had a ripping performance, 13 points, 11 assists, and 4 rebounds. What did you like about her tonight, Beck Cole?
She was just feisty as always. She was really attacking from the get-go, getting her feet in the paint, you know, doing those look-away passes. You know, she was putting her team on her shoulders and trying to carry them. And I think, you know what, congratulations on 50 games in the WNBL, Jado, because what an awesome achievement.
And she really lit it up in her 50th game, shooting at 44% from the field as well. Knocked down a big three-pointer during the game.
That was one of my favourite passes there. That was nice.
Some of the stuff she does is just well beyond her years. We just forget she's 21 still. She's still got so much time left in her to shine. And she did herself a great favour tonight by getting herself a good start to her season. She'll only continue to grow. We're going to take a look at the fourth quarter highlights now because, wow, that was a wild quarter, as you mentioned, Beck Cole. The Caps got right on top, 20 points to 12, but it just wasn't enough in the end, unfortunately.
Yeah, Sharpie was great in that fourth quarter. Her rebounding, her getting to her spots and being really poised on her shots. She was a difference maker for me. And also Fowler. She really just, I think, chipped away at it there and made a difference and was a spark for the UC Caps today.
So many contributors on the floor for them. 4 players in double figures, including Gemma Potter with 11 points. But what about Adelaide? I mean, you look at the class of Izzy Bourne with 20 points and Izzy Borlase also with 20 points. They would be so happy with what they put out on the floor today, Beck.
Yeah, they're just sharing the load. You know, Borlase went off in the first half with 20 points. Caps did a great job to, you know, defend her better, make her shots harder. And then that's when others like Bourne were able to step up. And then you have the likes of, you know, Turner, Mansfield and Willoughby, who are veterans, and they know what they need to do to help those youngsters.
And taking a look at the stats from full time, it continued to remain even throughout the game. But look at that, a three-pointer column, 7 versus 6, and that one differential was the differential to the game, Beck. How interesting is that?
I know, that is crazy. A lot of those stats are quite even, and I think it just shows that it really comes down to those 1%ers and those extra efforts and, you know, even making a few more free throws or, you know, that two or three less turnovers. That's why sport is so fun. That's why our game is so incredible. And like we said, it's anyone's game.
Absolutely, and you'll probably be learning that on Wednesday night when your team comes up against these budding UC Capitals looking for revenge after going down to the Adelaide Lightning. The Lightning head west to play Perth on Saturday, so a big challenge for them coming up. But besides the Flyers game, obviously your team, what sort of game excites you on that screen there?
I think the Perth-Adelaide will be really good. Perth, obviously, in their hometown, it's really hard to win there. They have a new-looking team. Adelaide, they've just come off a win, but I feel like their chemistry is really good. I think it will be quite a nice matchup of long, lengthy shooters. I think it will be a really interesting game.
So plenty of exciting basketball to